Tired.
안녕하세요.
Should I share our heritage?
God bless you. How do we do it? We start with
What with this? Like camera?
Nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Mario Santana Quintero. I am a professor at Carleton University, Civil and Environmental Engineering and Architecture. I'm a faculty member of the Carleton Immersive Media Studio, honorary president of CIPA, which is the Heritage Documentation Committee, ex-board member of WHIPIC, and also ex-secretary general of ICOMOS. So I have a lot of knowledge about WHIPIC. Very glad to be here in Sejong, sharing some quality time with my colleagues here in Korea.
I would say my main contribution here at WHIPIC is to share case studies of World Heritage Sites in Indonesia and how it's interpreted and managed. So I hope that I can give more insight as an emerging professional from Indonesia.
I'm specialized in digital technologies. I did the feasibility study for WHIPIC in 2019 with UNESCO, so I know the organization pretty well. My idea, and then what my colleagues in WHIPIC found useful, was to talk about how digital technologies can actually contribute to the interpretation and presentation, strategies, insights. And I have been trying to identify those potential research and educational opportunities for WHIPIC to do that. But on the other hand, one of my responsibilities to be a little bit funny with everyone, try to make days a little bit, less suffocating with work. And I think that's really important because we need to enjoy the work that we do. Heritage interpretation has to be based on good data, good information. And the collection of this information and this data is crucial. So on one hand, we have the expert who knows how to get the scientific information about an archaeological dig, about the values of the site in terms of the attributes, the physical attributes, quite well. But then we need to have someone else that can also see what is the take on of every community in the place. So I think that the interpretation work has to rely on ethical and good quality data. And I think that that's the most important part. The use of technology is really important because it can help us navigate, it can help us maybe improve the understanding, the interpretation of sites. And nowadays we also have generative AI where we can analytically find new answers about the sites. So this could also be important. So I think there is a strong connection with my field and WHIPIC. One aspect that is also really important is the ethics of the use of technology, and the interpretation and the presentation work needs to be an ethical discipline. So I see that those combinations are really important both ways.
I think for me, with my limited knowledge about heritage interpretation, the most important thing is inclusivity and about the data sharing. I think that's also important because most professionals focus on theoretical development with local communities because cultural heritage is not only for experts or for academicians, but it belongs to the people. This is very interesting question because currently I'm working on a project with ICOMOS Indonesia about site of memory. Because heritage is often seen as celebration of great human achievement or natural wonders. There are some aspects in heritage that sometimes has a painful memory or like contested history about it. But that sometimes, even though if it's bad, it could help with the formation of national identity. And we should learn and know about the history so we can move on because we cannot change the past. We can learn and also consider to have a brighter future without forgetting the painful memories.
Difficult heritage is around us. We need to talk and and people need to listen to what happened to others, and then you need to find ways where it's possible to reconciliate. Reconciliation doesn't mean not being punished by something that you or in your community have done. I think it's by recognizing that there is something wrong and what is it that we are going to do about it with actions to solve it. In heritage, what can be the potential actions? One, we give room to those narratives. Second, we propose discussion among peoples, what they feel is right, what they feel is wrong, and then we try to build consensus. We also need to be open-minded to new approaches. I saw one paper about a prehistoric site, and in this prehistoric site they did some virtual reality recreation, and there were men hunting, kind of fighting and so on, and then the woman was taking care of the children or cooking or doing farming. And we know for a fact that this is bias. This is not 100% reality, because we traditionally think that this is the way that the past happened, and sometimes we don't want to hear alternative ideas.
WHIPIC is very important in World Heritage now and in the future, because I can see that interpretation for now is not yet become a priority, but I see the changes in people's mindset, because people want to contribute in their heritage. They want to involve in how to interpret the heritage, and also heritage is not only seen as something belongs to only the people related to the heritage, but now heritage is start to be seen as a place to reflect how people from different background, different value interpret.
We have the capacity to do research in a relatively good environment. So WHIPIC has all the conditions to be the core of interpretation and presentation. And the vision that I see for WHIPIC is that in a few years, it will become the place where people come to learn about how to do better interpretation. I think that maybe WHIPIC can actually find a visionary plan where people can really find good solutions to improve the interpretation and the presentation. I do have a few ideas. One is to develop this research agenda on the adoption of technology for interpretation and presentation. How can we develop some educational programs to help site custodians how to co-create, interpretation and presentation strategies, interpretative themes that can be enhanced with technology? I think that that's one important part. But also I'm very interested in next year, the World Heritage Committee happening in Busan. Can we develop some kind of training where we can do some mapping of attributes in Busan that can be helpful for people to understand how to use technologies for attribute mapping.
I really hope that we will have more opportunity to meet in the future, so we both can give updates about our life, about our career. You are not only a teacher, but you're an educator.
Oh, thank you, Amadea. So you are a very caring person. But if I say, try to concentrate on things that also matter, finishing a PhD, working the field of heritage, finding new opportunities, but also having fun. But it's also important to have some time off for yourself. And that's really important, and you deserve it. So dear fellow interns coming to WHIPIC, my main message is try to take advantage of every second. Try to make the best out of this short stay.
So for the next intern, I would say just go for it, and welcome to WHIPIC. I think that's all.